Hey, what's going on, VC? How you doing? It's time for another Vinyl Finds video. Hope everyone's doing good out there. This vinyl dig I'm about to talk about, and I got a lot to get to, so I don't know why I'm bullshitting with you. Originally wasn't going to go vinyl digging today being Saturday, as I'm filming this, and you know, I had some things to do around the house, some chores, maintenance to do on my truck, and I got up early and did all those things and knocked them out really fast, faster than I thought I was going to. And it was a beautiful sunny day here in California, and I just kept thinking to myself, this would be a very pleasant day to go vinyl digging. And the sun is out, it's nice out, and the weather's beautiful, and there was a cool breeze blowing, but sunny, warm day. I was like, what the hell? Let's just go out, spur of the moment, see what we can find. And I ended up finding a ton of stuff and spending a lot more money than I originally bargained for. I spent a lot of money today on records. More than I should, but you know how it goes, folks. So let's get started with what was a great vinyl dig for me personally, because I score a lot of things I really love. So this was a great dig for me, so I'll share it with you. Since we have Live Genesis in the background, that means we're going to show Live Genesis as the first record. A bootleg Genesis Mirrors. This comes from 1977, Steve Hackett's last tour with the band before he left the group to pursue a solo career. It doesn't tell me what city, it doesn't tell me on the album, on the insert, what city this record is recorded from. But I looked online, it said it was Chicago, June 77. Here's the paper insert. It gives you all the information on the show. And it just says 1977. And on this we have, which is a nice picture too, we have side one, One for the Vine, Robbery, Assault and Battery, 11th Earl of Mars, side 2, Your Own Special Way, In That Quiet Earth, Afterglow, and Birth of Fifth. And the source of this recording is a FM broadcast. So the audio is pretty good. Thank God it's not audience recording. So it's a FM broadcast source recording. And though the last time I bought a Genesis boot was a couple of weeks ago, I bought it from the same year, 1977 tour. But this one had a slightly different track listing, which made this kind of interesting to have on vinyl. And it's a nice album to put in the Genesis boot collection, which is really starting to grow now, folks. So, really cool record. Next up, from Iron Maiden, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. You have no idea how long I have been looking for this album, folks. A very long time, and I finally scored a good copy. Now, of course, there are the reissues that came out on picture disc recently. This is not one of them. This is the OG, and I prefer, though the picture discs and the reissues look awesome, I prefer to have the OG here. And I mean, overall, this is not a bad album, though. This corner here is starting to tear a little bit, and on the spine it has a lot of wear on it, but still a good record. It came with the original inserts with this badass picture right here, and the lyrics, credits, small picture of the band, and it has these badass custom labels, which I really dig. There's a custom label there, and then the opposite side we have all the proper credits, name of the band, name of the album, all the song names. This vinyl is in good shape. A tad dusty. I will clean it before I play it. I haven't played it yet because I just got these records today and couldn't wait to make the video. So, an awesome addition to the Iron Maiden collection, which is also getting somewhat big too. I'm really happy to put this one in the collection. It has that song "Can I Play with Madness," which a lot of Maiden fans really don't seem to like. A lot of them refer to it as their hit single or the worst song on the album. I like that song "Can I Play with Madness." I dig it. One of my favorite songs from Maiden, actually, and been on the lookout for this one for a long time, so it feels really good to score it finally. now I can rest and just enjoy it. But yeah, a big find. Wasn't cheap. The Maiden records usually are not very cheap, but really happy to now put this in the collection. Welcome home. All right, this was a big find as well from OMD, the album Architecture and Morality from OMD. Here's the back of it. An album I had on vinyl already. You hear that a lot in my videos, but this album's the die cut, and I didn't have the die cut cover. So there we go. Whoop, there it is. So it's an OG. Mine didn't have the die cut; it just had the picture printed on it. And there's the inner sleeve, original inner sleeve, with some really nice custom labels. And I believe it's the DIN disc is the label, but there's the custom labels there. One of probably my favorite album from OMD is this one, Architecture and Morality. They managed to get the experimental tracks blended with the hit single tracks. It was a good balance. It was a great balance actually, and this made for a really good album. And I always heard that this die cut cover was out there as an OG. I think some people in their videos have shown it. I never see it out there. I finally scored it, and I was really happy. This die cut copy is just awesome, and this is such a great record on DIN disc. And unfortunately, someone wrote here on the back, I have no idea what those numbers mean next to the songs. A running time, I don't know, but really cool score. And this is a big time addition to my OMD vinyl collection. Really cool when you find stuff like this, especially this album, because like I said, it is, in my opinion, it is their best one out of all the studio albums they have. And this is a very tough copy to find, so, and it was in reasonable condition. I mean, this cover's a little dirty, but very happy to put this in the collection. This is a killer album. Speaking of OMD, another one. This is one's called A Constructive Conversation with Paul Humphreys and Andy McCluskey from Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark. This is basically an interview done with the two guys in the band OMD. It looked like it was from an English radio show. They'll play half of a song, and then they'll do an interview for like a couple of minutes, play another snippet of a song, more interviews. But it was done during the early years of OMD, so we got songs like Electricity, Messages, Georgia, Enola Gay. Side 2 has Joan of Arc, Maid of Orleans, She's Leaving, Souvenir. Some great songs on here. And as you can see, it's a gold stamp promo. Some songs they play all the way through, some of them they cut them in half or play a minute of it. And they get to the interview, which is really actually a really interesting interview. And it's on a white label promo from Epic Records, which makes this a really interesting find. I love finding stuff like this, especially interviews mixed with the music that sound like they were from a radio show back in the 80s, early 80s. This was a fantastic find, and it being a white label and a gold stamp promo, this was a great find, especially coming from someone who's such a big OMD fan. And only a real fan would listen to stuff like this. Half a song and then the rest of it interview and them just babbling about their past and where they are now in their songwriting. But it was still a great find, and so I'm going to be listening to this a lot, because I only heard half the interview so far. I got to listen to side 2, but so far it's a really interesting interview. So OMD. All right, and this was another huge find. There's a lot of huge finds in this stack. And a big fan of this band. I had this album on cassette. I've had it on CD. I had it on DVD. And now to finally score it on vinyl, I's a happy boy. And it's a sealed copy. It's INXS Live Baby Live. Oh my god, this is like one of my favorite in-concert DVDs is this. Oh my god, this is just such a good album. And I didn't even know this was on vinyl. I mean, like I said, I have it on cassette, I have it on on CD, and now vinyl. And oh my God, this is this is spectacular. My eyes, I got bug eyes as soon as I saw this. I was flipping through the eyes, of course, and saw this in there, and it just blew my mind. And it's a sealed copy, as you can see. And what I'll do here on live on camera is I'll get my knife here, and I'll unseal this bitch with you, the VC. Let me just carefully make a little cut here. And we'll see what this thing looks like. There we go. I'll just slide it out of here. What am I being delicate about? Just rip our goddamn bitch off. There we go. Now, it's just another album in my collection. But it's a gatefold album. And there's the gatefold. You're seeing it for the first time as I'm seeing it. Really cool picture. Just like the live video. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nice. Very nice. And it is on the Atlantic label. Live Baby Live. Like I said, it's my favorite, one of my favorite in-concert DVDs. I drank many a beer and watched it live on my surround sound system, so it's nice to have this. And it has all the big hits from the 80s. There's a lot of tracks on here. Side 1 has 9 tracks, and side 2 has 7 tracks. Oh, they squeeze a lot of songs on this puppy, so I'm curious the sound quality, but even if it sounded like crap, I'm happy to have it because number one, I'm a huge INXS fan, and I've always been a fan of their live recordings, and this is such a big time addition to the INXS vinyl collection. Now I just got to get the Mobile Fidelity pressing of Kick. That would top it off. Oh, this is it has all my favorite songs. It has New Sensation, By My Side, The Stairs, Suicide Blonde, Never Tear Us Apart, What You Need, The One Thing, Need You Tonight, Guns in the Sky, Mystify, Mediate. Oh, really, really happy to have scored this and to unseal it with you, the VC. Oh man, it's just, I can't tell you how happy I am to put this one in the collection. Once I turn the camera off, this one's going on the turntable without a doubt. With a cold beer in my hand and the music blasting my ears, it's gonna be a fun time with this album. So there we go. Okay, let's put the sharp object away and move on to some more records. Again, another huge addition to my collection here from this band. The band is Tears for Fears. The album is Seeds of Love. I had just bought the 12-inch single for the song Sowing the Seeds of Love a couple weeks ago. Showed them a couple videos back and said I'd never see this on vinyl. I hope to score the whole album. Here we are 2 weeks later, and voila, here it is. And a great copy it is. Has the original hype sticker here. And it is a gold stamp promo. So really cool, and the album's in great shape too. And it came with the original insert of all the lyrics and credits. So really nice. And a really nice clean looking vinyl too. Maybe a little dusty, but nice looking. It's on the Fontana label. Big find. Big find. I actually had the in-concert DVD. They filmed during this tour, and full-length show too, and it from Santa Barbara, California, and oh man, it's a great show. They had a great band during this time. I also have their appearance on the Nebworth Festival back in 89, 90, I believe, where they shared a stage with Genesis and Robert Plant and Pink Floyd. So this was a big find for me. Bad Man song, Sowing the Seeds of Love, Women in Chains, some great songs, Sowing the Seeds of Love, of course, some awesome songs on this album, and one unknown fact, not too many people know. I mean, some people know about it, but not too many people. The song Women in Chains, Phil Collins drums on that song on the studio record. So you get to hear some Phil Collins drumming on this album. So really cool on the song Women in Chains. Big album in the late 80s, early 90s. Always kept my eye open for it, never found it. Today was the day, and happy as could be to have this in the Tears for Fears collection. Going back to the 80s again. This time we have a very, very impressive live recording from Sting, and it's a bootleg record. This is Sting, An Englishman in Rome, bootleg album. I was really, really surprised when I found this one. This was recorded in Rome, April 27th, 1988. And it says, what a rainy day. It's obviously rain during the show. But it's a whole concert on 3 albums, 3 vinyl records. And all the labels look alike, so I'll just show you what one of them looks like. And it's on Unifon Records. So there's side 1 is just the album, the company logo. Side 2, Sting, Englishman in Rome. And the whole concert on 3 vinyl records makes this a really cool find. The only complaint I have about this bootleg, it's an audience recording. It's not a bootleg. It's not a soundboard recording or an FM radio broadcast. It's an audience recording. But with that said, it's a really good audience recording. I mean, they really captured the band well on here. Yeah, you can hear the crowd sometimes a little bit louder than Sting as they're singing along, but the crowd sounds great singing along to Sting songs. This sounded like a fun show. It sounded like an energetic show. It's a good show, and really, it's an enjoyable listen. I've only listened to record 1 so far, but it has all the songs I like from Sting back in that time. Like Lazarus Heart sounds fantastic on this set, as well as Too Much Information and We'll Be Together. Englishman in New York sounds great. It has Rock Steady. It also has If You Love Someone, Set Them Free, Consider Me Gone, Bring On the Night. Beat Still My Beating Heart sounds fantastic on here, as well as Fragile, King of Pain, Little Wing, Russians, Fortress Around Your Heart, Every Breath You Take, Message in a Bottle. And that's just some of the songs on here. A lot of songs on here. For an audience recording, sounds fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. And it's enjoyable listen. It sounded like it was a great show. It sounded like it was a really great show. And Sting, he puts together some great live bands, and they put together some great concerts. I've never seen Sting on his own in concert. No matter what year you see him at, I mean, he always puts together a great band, and when he puts together all his hits, it sounds like it's a great evening. So, and this was a good example of that, because this concert sounds fantastic. So, really killer bootleg. Another interesting find from Sting I found, this one was kind of pricey too, but worth it, is a very limited edition picture disc and souvenir pressing of Sting's first album, Dream of the Blue Turtles. And as you can see there's the album right there. It's a picture disc, and it contains the entire record, Dream of the Blue Turtles. I once did a video showcasing some of my favorite records that were released in the year 1985, and this was one of the many albums I showed, because this is like one of my all-time favorite albums, period. Of course, it's my favorite album from Sting, but I've never seen this album quite done up this way. This is another die-cut album. As we pull out the picture disc, it's a very interesting looking picture disc as well. Here is the picture disc. There's side 1 of it, and just some live photography of Sting, and then here's side 2 of it, and some more pictures of him. And I guess I should stop saying I'm not a big fan of picture discs, because now I got way too many of these. but the ones I find are so interesting, I can't say no to them. Especially this album. This album is just forever going to be one of my favorite albums of all time. Dream of the Blue Turtles is amazing. The drumming Omaha Kingdom does on this album is fantastic. He had a great band he put together, during this album and tour. That band was always one of my favorite live bands to watch. Like I said, I have the film Bring On the Night on DVD, the concert film and documentary, and I have the album on vinyl, on CD and cassette of Bring On the Night. So to put this in the Steam collection was just huge for me. And of course, how it looks without the record in it. And it came with, of course, the original insert that was in with the albums. Except this one's printed on a nicer paper, a real thick, glossy paper than what came in my vinyl record originally. So, and this is just all the lyrics of the songs and some photos of Sting. So, really cool package. I saw this and I was really surprised. I didn't even know this existed, the special edition pressing on picture disc. It really took me by surprise. I'd never seen it before, and when I came home and took it out of the shrink, I was just like a little kid at Christmas time. I was going nuts. I was geeking out big time. Really cool to put this in the collection. This is going to be like one of my favorite collector edition records, because this one is just so special to me. I love this album and always have since I was 15. Just to find this special printing of it, you have no idea how happy this made me. Really happy. So, a killer album to put in the collection. Alright, I know this is a long video, folks. Thanks for bearing with me. We still got a ways to go, so I'll keep going. From 38 Special, the album Flashback. Basically, this is a greatest hits collection from the band 38 Special. I have a couple of their albums. I'm not saying I'm going to collect everything by 38 Special. And having this best of collection on vinyl, I think I'm done with collecting 38 Special. But anyway, it has on Hold On Loosely, which I really wanted to get. I don't have that on vinyl, so nice to have that. And it also has the song Teacher Teacher, which is from the movie Teachers, that starred Nick Nolte back in the 80s, and Ralph Macchio, so that's on here too. Really cool. And it came with the original insert. There's the original insert there. And it is on A&M Records is the label. Very nice. So it has basically their whole career. That's a greatest hits package on vinyl. And as an added surprise, also with the album comes this special Flashback EP that has 4 songs, 2 on each side. This was a real big surprise as I was digging through here. And it is also on A&M, so there we go, the special Flashback EP from 38 Special. It's like an extra bonus for the album. That's side 2 there. And on side 1 we have the songs Roughhousing and Wild-Eyed Southern Boys. And on side 2 we have Stone Cold Believer and 20th Century Fox. Makes up the songs on this special EP that came with the record. So always cool when they put in these little extra somethings with the album, and it's really cool to have the whole package. I think 38 Special is actually going to do a show in my area this summer. I'm thinking about going. It's them and CCR Revisited, so we'll see if I go. But I do like their music. I'm not saying I'm a big collector of all their albums, only had 2 and this. But this was cool to put in the collection. Okay, let's go through some 12-inch singles. Hopefully we can get through this fast. From, not this one, I'm not going to get through fast, unfortunately. From Bruce Dickinson, 12-inch single for the song Tattooed Millionaire. Bruce, of course, being the lead singer from Iron Maiden. This was his first solo album. This was his first single. And what is cool about this is this actually folds out to a poster. And I'll show you the album. Here's the album. It's on EMI, Black Label. And I'll take it out of here. There we go. So there we are. And we have side 1, of course, is the song Tattooed Millionaires. On side 2, we have Ballad of Mutt and the song Winds of Change. So there we go. And like I said, this folds out into a poster. This whole thing folds out. And I will attempt to put this big ass thing into one frame. So here's the back of it, or the front of it, I should say. There's the front of this poster. It was impossible to get this in one frame, but just to give you an idea. And then here's the other side of it. Have this nice picture of Bruce there. And then, of course, there was the front of the 12-inch single cover. And, you know, this is like the third one of these type of 12-inch singles I have where it folds out into a poster. I have one by Queensryche for the song Bridge, I believe, and I have one from Marillion, which was Hooks in You. So I'm getting lucky with these kind of special 12-inch singles that fold up the posters. They are fun to collect. Of course, I'm not going to hang the posters up, but they're really fun to collect, and I always trip out when I find them. So from Bruce Dickinson, Tattooed Millionaire, and this was a huge find. I do remember this song when it first came out, and back in the day, I thought it was a pretty badass song. So really cool to have this as a 12-inch single. From Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, 12-inch single for the song So in Love. I wouldn't say it's their best song, but since I'm collecting all their 12-inch singles, I just thought this is one I didn't have yet, so I thought, why not? It's on A&M. So there it is, So in Love on A&M. And, oh, actually, I showed you the wrong side. There it is. So in Love on A&M label, OMD. And on the B side, we have the song Concrete Hands. So, pretty cool. It's a special dance mix of the song. OMD had a lot of those back in the 80s. And they were pretty cool to listen to. Another 12-inch single from Fleetwood Mac, the song for Big Love. This is also a song that has an extended kind of dance mix version of the song. I can't say I was that impressed with it. I mean, I do love the song Big Love, but to hear it like in a dancing mix really wasn't my cup of tea. But it is on the Warner Brothers label. So, and now on the insert here, the sleeve, it says on the B side we have the song You and I Part 1. That's not, I guess that's a misprint because that's not anywhere on here. We have the extended version of Big Love, and we have the remix edit of Big Love. So You and I Part 1 is not on this, but though it's printed on the sleeve. I actually like the radio edit more than I like the dance mix. The dance mix just sounded too over the top for me. But these things, like I said, these things are still fun to collect. I do love that song Big Love. One of my favorites from Fleetwood Mac. This one's pretty cool. This is Depeche Mode, 12-inch single for the song Never Let Me Down Again. I believe this was from Music for the Masses album. This has a special dance remix. On the B side we have Pleasure, Little Treasure, and To Have and To Hold on the B side. And it is on the Mute label. So there we go. Really cool to have this on there. Show you the right side. There we go. There's a lot of Depeche Mode 12-inch singles out there. There's a ton of them, and I get, for some reason with this band, I don't know where to start, so I guess I'd start here because I really do love that song. And I found a bunch of singles for the song People Are People, but that 12-inch single fetches for a lot of money, almost 20 bucks. That's kind of to me that's kind of a lot for a 12-inch single, but this was cool to score. This wasn't so badly priced, a couple bucks. Last 12-inch single from the band Level 42 for the song Lessons in Love. A song that I really love from Level 42, and we got like a lot of mixes on this one. The 12-inch remix, the 7-inch single version, the dub mix, and then they threw in a bonus track, Freedom Someday. It is on Polydor, is the label, The dance mixes actually aren't bad for this song, though I prefer just the regular album version of the song. The dance mixes are actually pretty good, so I spun this and thought, you know what, I'm not really the biggest fan of the dance club mix, but this one wasn't bad. I actually liked it, so it's a really good find from Level 42. And we're going to end on a 45 record, a 7-inch single, and this one's really cool. From the band Men at Work, special picture disc of the song It's a Mistake. And look at that picture. That is amazing. Though it's stored in a 10-inch sleeve, it's really a 7-inch single, but because of the weird shape and design of it, it comes like this. Hope I'm holding up. There we go. So there we go. I have never seen this before, and I thought it was so cool I had to have it. Look at that. That is badass. I love this. And there's what it looks like in the back. Absolutely love this. I played this when I got home. Sounds really good, considering, you know, it's a picture disc. It's not a regular record. The sound quality is still really good. Always love this song. If you ever get a chance, go on YouTube and look at the live version of It's a Mistake from the US Festival in 1983. They really did a great version of that live. Always been one of my favorite songs from Men at Work, from the album Cargo. Such a great song. I remember when they first started playing the video on MTV and playing it on FM radio. It was such a big song. It was always one of my favorites. I never get tired of it. Here we are, you know, over 20 years later, and I still adore the song to death. Such a great find. Anyway, folks, that's gonna do it. And one last look at it, because this is, to me, this is just beautiful. All that was in one dig, folks. And I found some great stuff, some stuff I've been looking for years, some stuff I didn't know existed that sound absolutely gorgeous. It was a really, really good vinyl dig, and spent way more than I wanted to. But hey, I got something to show for it, some awesome records that I'm gonna adore for a long, long time. Well, that's gonna do it for me. This has been somewhat of a lengthy video. It's gonna take forever to upload this thing. So thanks for sticking with me if you hung up this long, and hope everyone's doing well. And of course, I'll see you at the next video.